What's up, everybody? This is Tim from Arm Wrestling Secrets, and today we're going to be working on how to build hooking strength with dumbbells. Stick around. Okay, guys, so let's take a quick look at what we're going to be using today. Obviously, we got dumbbells for our hooking strength. We're going to be starting with I think a maximum weight of 70 pounds. So I have a 70, a 50, a 40, a 30, and then a 20. We're going to be working hooking strength with dumbbells, and I'll show you exactly what I'm going to do with those. Okay, guys, so one more thing before we get started. We're going to add something to the dumbbells to make them a lot more effective for building arm wrestling strength. And I think this is a huge mistake that a lot of arm wrestlers make if they're just using dumbbells the way they are, okay? And I'll explain why. Think about arm wrestling. How closed is your hand? It's not very close. Think about grippers, right? Like those captains of crush grippers where people are closing their hand completely. When was the last time you arm wrestled someone and you closed your hand completely? That would mean you crushed the person's hand and it's gone, okay? Your hand's not that strong, okay? So remember in arm wrestling, you have to train with your hand somewhat open, okay? So remember in arm wrestling, your hand is not closed like a fist. It's closed around another man or woman's hand, okay? It's only gonna be closed about that far. So you need to build your strength and your grip and everything else with your hand in a position that's going to mimic arm wrestling if you want it to count on the table. So stop wasting your time with regular dumbbell handles, which put your hand into a much more closed position than you would have in arm wrestling, okay? Your hand is not being trained for arm wrestling if you're lifting dumbbells with a normal handle, okay? So this is what I wanted to say, and then we're gonna get into the exercises. Okay, so I use these. I use fit grips, okay? They make fat grips and fit grips. There's all kinds of different kinds. I wouldn't put too much thought into that, okay? I get the 2-inch fit grips, okay? And I don't have they're not sponsoring the video or anything, okay? It's not like I have some affiliate link to this or anything. This is just what I use. I'm telling you what I use. This is what I use. I don't use the giant grippers, the giant fat grips. That might help your grip strength a little bit, but unless you're a really big person, you're not going to be taking on someone with hands that are that big, okay? So if you're like a Devin Lorrat sized arm wrestler and you're taking on people with really, really big hands, and you also probably have big hands, then some of the really big grips, some of the bigger size, like the 3-inch or the 2.5-inch, might be more beneficial. But for the average person, including me, who has pretty big hands and arm wrestles some fairly big people, I've never felt like I needed anything bigger than a 2-inch grip. Okay, so I'm just going to show you how this works, and then we're going to be using it with all of the exercises today. Okay, so they just basically come in a box. There's 2. This set comes with 2. I think you should get 2. And here's how it works, okay? So it's just a little sleeve, okay, but it's gonna make your hand stay open, okay? More like an arm wrestling position, and it's gonna help to build your grip in a much more practical and functional way, okay? So most of you have probably seen this, maybe you haven't, but let me slide it on a dumbbell real fast just so you can see how it works, okay? I'll take the mystery out of it, okay? So we have the dumbbell here, right? Okay, so this thing, it's got a little open edge here. Okay, so it's gonna slide on. And all of a sudden you have a dumbbell that's got a much wider grip and a much wider handle that's gonna mimic kind of an arm wrestling position. And it's much better for training your hands and fingers. So without further ado, we're gonna be using this grip on all the exercises. Let me show you what those look like. Okay, guys, let's get on with exercise number 1 here. Okay, so I got the camera pretty close to the floor so you can see the exercise here. I'm gonna be kind of hanging over at the waist, so the dumbbell's gonna be pretty close to the floor, okay? So I have the fit grip on the 70-pound dumbbell, okay? I'm gonna use a weight that's pretty manageable here, and we're gonna start with the 70, and I'm gonna show you what it looks like. So this, for you, should be your maximum number of repetitions you can do. I'd say pick a weight that's heavy enough for you to completely hit muscle exhaustion by about 10 repetitions, okay, with perfect form. I'll demonstrate the form right now from a few different angles. Okay, here we go. And once again, make sure you have some chalk on your fingers when you're doing these hand grip exercises. Any exercises, I use chalk for just about everything because your hand and your grip, I'm trying to make sure this is very strong, and I don't want it slipping. If it's slipping and you're losing traction, you're not going to get the same results out of your exercises. So once again, I'm going to put a little chalk on, and then I'm going to show you the exercise. So here's the chalk. Okay. So this is a one hand only exercise. Okay, so I'm just going to be using my right arm. I'll demonstrate with that, and then I'll show you a few different angles for the exercise so you can see how I do it. Okay, so I'm going to grab the dumbbell here, and I'm going to demonstrate and also show you how I grab the dumbbell as well. Okay, so here we go. Okay, now I'm going to stand with my feet apart, okay, and I'm going to have the dumbbell hanging right between my legs. I'm going to support myself with my other arm here, okay, so I'm not bent all over at the waist. My back's pretty straight. Okay, so I got the dumbbell here, and I'll show you what this looks like. Okay, so it's exercise number one. This is just a wrist curl with a dumbbell with a fit grip. Okay, here we go. Okay, so I'm letting it hang straight down, and I'm going to curl to the side. Curl to the side. Now I'll show you from this angle. Curl to the side. You should be coming all the way up. It shouldn't be so heavy that you can't do a complete curl. Curl to the side. Now I'll turn the other way. See how I have my thumb? My thumb is out of the exercise. I don't wrap it over. I put it over this way, okay? So curling, curling, and curling. Let me show you quickly how I put my hand on the dumbbell, and then we'll move on to the next exercise. Okay, you guys, so I just wanted you to get a close-up of this and show you my hand position relating to the dumbbell exercise. So it's going to be fairly tempting to grab the dumbbell like this with your thumb on the other side, okay? What I don't want you to do, and keep in mind, the weight can always slip out a little bit. So I'm going to turn this, so this slit is facing up. Okay, if I turn this over and I go to pull, this can come off, okay? So I'm going to keep this on here, and then I'm going to turn it upwards here, and then when I grab the dumbbell, okay, I'm grabbing it with my thumb on this side, not here, okay? That's going to kind of limit my movement. I want my thumb here, so when I go to do the move, my thumb's not in the way, and I can hook all the way up. Okay, you guys, so exercise number two is going to look exactly the same. It's going to be a wrist curl, isometric wrist curl, okay, with a dumbbell and a fit grip, okay? Take a look at this, okay? Same thing, you want to have your hands, a little bit of chalk, make sure you have a good grip. And then on this one, we're just for demonstration purposes, I'm just going to be using a 70-pound dumbbell, the same one I'm using here. If I was maxing on this one, I would pick something that I could hold on to for maybe 20 to 30 seconds maximum with a perfect hook. If you're using a weight that's so heavy that you can only get halfway, the weight's too heavy. That's just like picking a weight for a bicep curl where you can only go halfway up. It's no good. Okay, so you need to pick a weight that you can at least complete the range of motion and then hold it. Okay, so we're going to be using a 70 in this case. I probably won't do the entire thing, but you'll get the idea. Okay, so here we go. Same grip too. We're using the thumb not on the other side. We're using the thumb on the same side to do your hooking motion, okay? And here's what it's looked like. Here's what it looks like, and once again, this is isometric, so it's one repetition for as long as you can hold it. If you can hold it more than 30 seconds, move up to the next heaviest weight, okay? Pick a weight that you can't hold for more than 30 seconds. That should be a basic rule for you, okay? Okay, here we go. We're using the 70 as a demonstration. Okay. Okay, coming up. So you can see here. Okay, so we're gonna turn into that hook, and I'll just show it from this side. Turn into that hook, my arm's hanging straight down. All these muscles are working of the wrist, okay? I'm holding that hook. Hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it. Okay, and I'm not allowing it to come down at all. I'm gonna hold it as long as I can until until I absolutely have to rest. Let's move on to the next exercise. Okay, you guys, so for this next exercise, this is gonna be a drop set of wrist curls with the dumbbells. Okay, so I'm gonna start with my heaviest, 70, 50, 40, 30, 20. What we're gonna do with these is I'm gonna do the same wrist curl actively, not isometric, actively, as many reps as I can in a row with this. I'm gonna drop that without any rest at all. I'm gonna move on to this, then I'm gonna switch the fit grip, this one, and then finish with this one. I'm gonna do as many reps as I can with all of them with no rest at all. That's our next exercise coming up. Okay, you guys, active wrist curls with a drop set. Okay, here we go. We're using the fit grips again. I'm gonna show it from the side and I'm gonna do this whole set all the way through. Here we go. Okay, starting with the 70s. Okay, all the way through with no rest. Here we go. Stop at the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, the guitaring, 7, the grips make it way harder, 8, and I'm gonna drop this one. Okay, grab the next one, no rest at all, here we go. 1, stop, 2, 3, you'll feel a lot of pressure here too. 4, 5, you're gonna start running out of gas. 6, okay, drop that one. Okay, I'm gonna switch the grips. Okay, no rest, here we go, that's all I could do. Here we go. Curl, I'm just dropping 10 pounds at a time, curl. So I went from 50 to 40, and it's really hard. I'm pumping up. Oh, I got one more, I'm gonna go to the 30s. Quick as I can, no rest. Okay, here we go. 30s, here we go. Hook. And make sure, same one, you're stopping. Don't go like this. Stop, make sure to stop. Control the weight. And when you can't do another one, drop to the final one. I'm gonna drop to the 20 now. Okay, one more time. Curl, 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 curl. We're just trying to hit muscle exhaustion on every set. Muscle exhaustion on every single set. And I'm just going to see when I can't complete a repetition with perfect form, the set is over. Let's go one more time. And rest. And that's the drop set with the wrist curl. Okay, everybody, those are my 2 favorite dumbbell exercises for building the wrist hooking strength. Okay, there's a lot of other ways to build the wrist hook, but those 2 for the dumbbell are my favorite. Make sure to grab yourselves a pair of fit grips or fat grips or whatever to put on your dumbbells from here on out. Same thing, put them on your barbells, put them on your cables. I'm gonna do a different video, a separate video on how to use grippers or how to use those fit grips on all kinds of different stuff, but we'll save that for another video. I hope you guys like this one, and please subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.